Hello, everybody. Let's got two more boxes here. We're gonna crack them open. I've got just about a play set now, so I'm looking for the secret. Uh, jump in the chat. Let me know how you're doing, what's going on, and we'll get cracking. All right. Thanks. Yeah, I've been messing with the stream stuff here quite a bit, trying to get it all set up right. Um, Normally I try to not have my camera there and in the view, but there's a lot of videos. Look on YouTube, man. Get on YouTube. I learned a lot in a very short period of time. This is maybe my fifth stream or so. So yeah, so where I'm at is I've opened up like 5 or 6 boxes now. Let's see, 4, 5. So I've opened up 5. I've basically got a play set. These are my spare legendaries. So I already have a spare Uber legendary, which is pretty awesome. So I'm looking for the Ubers I don't have, which would be nice, and the secret. I think the secret is the only card I don't currently have. Thanks, appreciate it. Yeah, I'm done after this. Being that I already have a play set and I only need the higher rarities and that secret. If I don't get it, I'll just buy it. At this point, it'll be cheaper than hunting for it. But I wanted to support my local stores. So because I'm a victim of the hype, I bought one box on Amazon, and that's the one I already opened up on stream. And then today I stopped at my favorite local game store that I play at the most and picked up 4 more. I couldn't wait to open those because I have a problem, like most of us, I'm sure. And I actually opened up those in between breaks at work. Foil Armory. So I have noticed, I don't know if everybody else has noticed this, if you get a ruler in your pack, you end up with 3 foils. Smithereens, 4-star. Got a bunch of her. I actually got the Uber of her. She looks pretty cool. I need to do something. There we go. I do a lot of other hobby type stuff, miniatures and all that. So I've got like a big hoop light going overhead here, and that adds glare when I do stuff like this. Solar System Backpacker. And I think that's the higher rarity Melivis Prime. Awesome. I want to play Crime Knots, so. Oh, Eric, I didn't even see you jumped in. Thanks, man. That is short notice for you. I was talking in the Facebook group for the game, Tommy's Vessel, and a couple people said, yeah, they'd like to join in, so I started the stream. And when I do stream, so I'm multi-streaming right now to Twitch and YouTube as well. I didn't have much time to set up anything there, so it'll be very impromptu if people join from there. Fiore. So my favorite ruler, I'm conflicted, right? So I think Apprentice right now is probably stronger, but the old school Magic player in me actually kind of prefers Knight. That's tough. Yeah, I think I like Knight the best. Blaze Vortex for Legendary. Not super excited about that because I've got both versions of it already. And my favorite archetype, Man, another rough one. 1,000 Year, awesome. I really like the Arknauts. Eric here joined me for my first stream on this game, so I found out about this game super late. I went into my local game store and they had their case that they were getting sitting on the shelf or on the counter. They hadn't unboxed it yet. Nice. Upper rarity fear. I'm not even gonna try and pronounce that. Yeah, Apprentice is easier to build and play too, especially when you start throwing these guys in there, right? You jump up to level 70 and you're playing everything for free. And if you're playing pink red, you end up with tons of ways to throw that on the bottom. I don't know if I've pulled one of them yet. Oh yeah, 1,000 Year. So you got 1,000 Year, and then you got the that one chick in pink that can look and throw stuff at the bottom. So you got ways to mitigate the fear in the deck, which is nice. But yeah, there's something I like Knight. I want to make Knight work really bad. I'm assuming it must be decent because the one Alice, she's right. She's one of the more expensive cards in the game right now. In fact, her Uber's worth more than the secret by like double. Which luckily I pulled that in one of the boxes I opened earlier today. There's threes in that pack. But yeah, so there's a ton of support for it, so I want it to be good. I don't know if maybe it's just this set it's not that great, but there's so much support for it, which is why I think I want it to be good. Trial deck card. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 1,000 Year, and then I don't know why I can't think of her name. I'll look through the packs looking for the other one that makes it easy. Draconoid. So yeah, if you can start throwing fear on the bottom of your deck instead of being forced to play it, man, Apprentice just feels so much better. Buster. So I actually really like Zoo. I want them to work too. I think they're one of my favorites. Yeah, I'm hoping so. When I did my first box opening, I did not look ahead very much because I like the excitement of opening up packs and seeing cards for the first time. So if you watch that new one, I'm like digging through the comments going, oh, that's awesome. So yeah, I do know set 2 adds zombies, which will be cool. Again, ruler, 3 foils. Yeah, so I actually watched what is it, Ibo Academy, the guy that has quite a bit of content for the game already on YouTube. He had a video and he was talking about Abyssal with the other one. Now my brain's gonna go to mush here. I've been working all day. See if I have a card for it. Basically the light version of summoning. And he said those can actually work really well together. I will say the very first game I played, the guy was playing an Abyssal deck. And man, as a new player, those dragons feel awfully oppressive. I don't know what other word to use for that, but they feel awfully oppressive. Yes, Genesis summoning. Thank you. So yeah, from what I've read, Genesis and Abyssal can work together quite well because the keywords. So some of the ones you need for Abyssal, the keywords are correct for Genesis. So if you're not hitting your graveyard the way you need to for Abyssal, you can toss them for Genesis. So I want to try that one out too. especially because none of those cards, most of those cards are not going to end up in my Crime Knot deck. Just pulled a King Arthur. He's pretty neat. I think it's hilarious that one of the legendaries is hunting King Arthur. I want to read more into the story for sure. And the legendary that's hunting King Arthur is in the same faction in the Wonderverse. Man, getting a lot of double 3-star packs this box. Hey, speaking of Alice, there's a regular rarity Alice. Probably make a different stack. She probably belongs up here with the legendary I pulled in 1,000 years. 1,000 years, pretty awesome. Yeah, I'm old school. I've been playing card games since, let's see, I started playing Magic right before Revised dropped. So I like in real life. I wish I still had all my cards. I hate talking about when I used to play Magic because then I realize what my collection would be worth today. But yeah, I prefer in real life playing, which is sometimes rough when you want to be competitive, right? Because everybody gets tons of games in online. But yeah, a case. So what I've been able to gather so far is a case will probably give you a playset, because I had a playset after, let's see, 5 boxes. So after 5 boxes, I had a playset. That awesome card. So yeah, you should be good to go if you got a case coming. So I haven't hit any Ubers yet. I'm on the last stack of this box. When is your case coming? Another starter card. I was just told today, I thought every starter card was possible in the boosters as a foil, but somebody today told me that they don't believe like the 2 of in the starter is not, because it's available as a foil in the starter 1 of. So, oh really? So full case would give 2 playsets. I bet you I'm close to that actually. I didn't even think about that. I bet after these 2, this will put me at 7 boxes, not from a case. So 4 from a single case, 1 from another, and 2 from a third. So I bet you I'll get pretty close to 2 playsets then, which is pretty awesome. I'm getting ready to move back home to the Chicago area, and my buddy Eric's on here. I'll have to build a deck and make him play. That's not too bad. Higher rarity, Maiden. Yeah, it's what I got to do next. Organize everything. You know, I like the big playset binders, but unfortunately, oh, there's another one I got multiples of. Legendary. Captain Liberty. He's a good one though. I like the binders, the 12-up binders, but unfortunately, I think the only one that makes one big enough to hold the full playset of this set is Dragon Shield, and they are sold out everywhere I've looked. Exosuit Titan. I can tell you, man, as a new player, sitting across from this Exosuit Titan is not fun either. Oh yeah, postal dude. So I've got stuff stuck in the postal service from TCG Player from months ago that it's now just lost, and I've given up on it. And it's for Dragon Ball Super, which I just sold my collection because where I'm moving, I say Chicago, but it's Northwest Indiana. The the closest place to play Dragon Ball would have been a little over an hour away for me. Whereas luckily there's a small store that will be supporting this game, which is often awesome. Another Maiden. Man, is it possible to get no Ubers in a box? I'm getting really low here. I haven't pulled one. Oh, here we go. I spoke too soon. Blaze Vortex, another one I already had an Uber of. I am going to have a ton of legendary trade bait. So that is now 2 extra Ubers. Where I put this started with that here. And here we go. Shadow of Hades. That's kind of cool. Cool looking Uber. I wanted to see the Blaze Vortex. It's actually really cool. Legendary. Yeah. So I'm currently in the DFW area, and we've got game stores everywhere. It's insane, and we've got some massive ones. And every single one I called, as soon as I said Dragon Shield, they're like, yeah, sorry. Because I think if anybody knows of another 12-up playset binder that can hold more than 480 cards, please let me know. But even on Amazon, I think the pages are available if you want to go the page route, but the binder's out of stock, and there's not many binders that will hold those huge 12-up pages. Okay, that's what I thought. I was just getting worried out of like 5 or 6 packs that I hadn't hit one yet, and then hit 2 in a row. That would feel pretty good if you went in randomly into a shop and just grabbed 2 packs off the top and ended up with that. Again, leader, triple foil. Trying to think. I don't know that I've gotten anything above a 3-star foil in one of those triple foil packs with a leader. They may have been all 3-star and below. Yep, another leader. All right, so first box. Shadow of Hades, the Vortex, Captain Liberty, regular Vortex. Hopefully there's people in my area that need Vortexes, because those are actually all 3 of these are now extra. Alice, I think, will always be good trade bait. I know people were looking for her quite a bit. I think that now makes 4 extras that I have of her. My boxes have been kind of strange. Oh, really? So I wonder if I figured that the 12-up pages would be too big for a regular sized binder. If that's true, I think I'll jump on Amazon if you guys don't beat me to the couple they got left. But jump on Amazon after this and order a pack of the pages. After using those 12-up binders, it's hard to go back up to the 9-page ones. It's so nice to see your entire play set of the cards, so you can flip through and see what you're missing. If a play set's your goal, that's generally my goal. Yeah, Philip, that's so Highlander. I've heard it has topped in Japan. I've been trying to stay out of the Japanese meta so I can kind of try to discover a little bit on my own. But I've actually heard that Highlander has topped over there, but I think it's awesome for new players, right? So you get a single box, and from what I've seen, a single box is pretty close to a set. But you should definitely have enough. Here, I'm going to start keeping track. So leader, nothing over a 3-star. Foil though, but nothing. But yeah, so Highlander I think is amazing for new players, right? Because you get one box and get it. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Thanks, I appreciate it. So here we go. Again, leader, triple foil like they've all been, but nothing over a 3-star. Yeah, I don't know if Dragon Shield's the only one that makes those 12 pocket pages. Like I said, I love them after another foil 4-star. Kong, he's really good too. Nothing exciting there, just a couple blue 3-stars. That would be fun. Yeah. Box and build. It'd be one expensive sealed deck though, right? So I'm kind of conflicted over Viola. So just for those that are interested, it's the box topper. So every time you get a box, you get a copy of her. And then there's the standard rarity 4-star and a high rarity 4-star. Yeah, Zubergate looks awesome. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to be good either, but just the look of the cards, I'm a big fan. So there's 3 rarities of this, and the alternate art you get in the box. I guess it's cool. Coming from Dragon Ball, there's tons of promos and stuff that if you don't win tournaments, you don't buy boxes, you don't do something, you don't get. And sometimes they're super powerful. So I'm glad that the box topper is something you don't have to worry about getting. And I also like that if a new player were to buy the Dragon starter deck and a box, you'd automatically get this, which could slot into it. But it just feels kind of odd that there's only a single box topper and it's available as 2 other rarities. Like I said, I'm conflicted because I want to play, so I think that helps build the community because the Dragons, like I said, is pretty powerful, especially for a new player, and the fact that you can buy a box, buy a starter or 2 starters, and get him. That's pretty cool. 4-star Draconoid Dreadnought, foil starter card. Yeah, actually, if you had enough people, that would actually be a really fun release tournament, right? Release day, everybody buy a box and just bring a Highlander with, because Highlander won't be in the next set. So buy a box, bring a Highlander ruler with you, and build, because most people are going to want to buy a box anyway on release. A couple of 3-stars. No, so every single box topper, unless it's like super crazy rare, every single box topper is Viola. I have 7. But it could be super crazy rare, I guess. Couple 3-stars again. Chinese vessel. Yeah, please do. I'm. You got me curious now because if you heard it from somewhere, you know, a lot of times that kind of stuff starts out in truth somewhere. I wonder if it could be maybe the Japanese set because somebody said something about the Japanese set had two different kind of rarity packs. I wonder if one box came with one box topper and one the other. 1,000 Year again. I'm gonna put that up there where I put the legendaries. 1,000 Years, just awesome. That'll be good trade bait. Smithereens again. I have a ton of her. Cool looking art. If anybody hasn't seen her art, I actually really dig her art. And she's not bad. So her abilities, Are You Crazy? When your opponent plays an event card from their hand or play area, you may normal summon this card from your hand without counting it for your summon cap, which for Knight is really good. She's only a 1 and a 3/3/2. So it's actually not a bad card at all. Yeah, another Alice. She's awesome trade bait. So I'm going to stick her up here. It's like 6 extra Alices I have. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, Knight, for this card to be worth as much as it is, Knight has to be built. So Memories of Wonderland, on counter, choose one of your resources and ready it. And then through the Looking Glass, when you are directly attacked, you may normal summon this from your hand into your defensive zone. You still pay its cost. Your summon cap is ignored during your opponent's turn. So you still got to pay 1 normal summon to your defense. And she doesn't feel too bad in defense, right? Because she's got a strike. But it is a counter that opens up an asset or a resource. Yeah. So Japanese cards, I saw that. I don't know how I feel about that, but so I don't currently play Weiss, but I have in the past, and I enjoy Weiss. And that community actually they don't generally allow the mixing of cards in one deck, but they do allow mixing of, basically allowing you to play a full Japanese deck when everybody else is playing a full English deck. Most communities for Weiss allow that. Look at that. 3 foils, I need and 2 3s and a 2, just like the others. Yeah, I don't know. I hope it doesn't hurt the community. It is an odd decision. Yeah, again, tweets and stuff like that. That's just like I've heard multiple people relay the fact that you can use custom ruler cards, right? So I've seen multiple people say the creator of the game is completely fine with custom ruler cards. Obviously, keeping the rules of the card, but just having your own artwork on it. Because somebody asked on the Facebook page, what about custom energy then? If you're playing Knight, can you have a custom Knight and custom energy? And if they are okay with custom rulers, I would imagine anything goes. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah. It could kill the aftermarket, which sometimes carries a game, right? So if the prices plummet, that may hurt interest from other people. They're probably using Photoshop. I bet you that before long, somebody will come out with a template for it. I'm into 3D printing too. I was thinking about commissioning somebody to 3D print like a 3-dimensional card. I used to play Deadlands, Doomtown. That'll age me there, but that was super common back then. So people would have wooden copies of their boss or their home, basically. And then in the original Legend of the Five Rings card game, it was common to have laser etched into marble or granite. So I bet you with laser cutters engravers being super popular right now, I bet you there'll be people on Etsy making them. Higher rarity abyssal conductor. That's pretty cool. I think that might be a playset of him for me, because I do want to try out the abyssal deck. Captain Liberty. When I first pulled him out of my first box, I was like, oh, it's such an awesome pull. And now I'm like, oh, another Captain Liberty. Hopefully people want him for trade. Speaking of support for Knight, so here's another one, right? So blue gold Knight has a ton of support. So a 0-drop that readies an energy. And then blue has one too. I don't know if I've pulled out a foil one yet. I'm just separating out all the foils. So I can foil out some play sets of stuff. But blue has the exact same thing, 0-drop on touchdown. Do an energy. All right, here we go. Yep, 2 3s and a 2 with a ruler. That is seeming to be how it goes. I do like, though, that I don't know how many of you know this. So with the rulers, there are male and female of each. So that's what the gray border is the female versions. The black border is the male versions. And that's why there's a silhouette. I bet you at conventions, they will do custom rulers. So I know Yu-Gi-Oh! I never played Yu-Gi-Oh! That's one card game I just could never get into. I do know, like at Gen Con, if any of you are Gen Con goers, you could stand in line for a couple hours. It seemed like the line was usually huge. And they would take your picture and make custom counters for you. So I could very much imagine they will, at conventions, they will take your picture and turn you into a ruler. If they don't, I'll be very surprised. Oh, really? Yeah, okay. So if that works well with Zoo, like I said earlier, I do want to try out Zoo. Look at that, another Smithereens. He's all over the place. So for those of you that don't know a ton about the game yet, if Eric's still in here watching, Zoo is the kind of cyber enhanced animal humanoid. I've pulled a couple in foil here that I'm separating. So like here you've got an elephant and an owl. So they're kind of like an elite fighting force. Kong is their leader. They're really cool. Just the aesthetic of the cards, I'm a big fan of. Oh, and Knight has the legendary from the starter deck is awesome in Knight, right? Draw a card, ready 2 energy. Your opponent also readies 2 energy, but I think most people are going to be playing Apprentice. So it's not a huge deal. Dragon. Oh, that's a cool. Getting a foil version of him from the starter is pretty cool. Oh, the extra. Isn't it military? I think all that. Yeah, because military is all over. Yeah, win-win. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Knight has so much support, but it just feels weaker. I think it's just going to take people time to play it and figure out the tempo. Look at that. Uber Captain Liberty. Already had it. That's okay. Yeah, so the one game I that I drew draw cards early on, it just felt, ooh, look at that. Uber Zap Zap Zap. That's my second one of those. Such a good card. happy with that. I wouldn't mind having a place out of that. Of the Uber. Couple of 3-star foils. I think my my chances of getting the secret this box just greatly diminished. Oh, extra rarity of her. Pretty cool. Another zap, zap, zap. Such a good card. I'm sure I'll be able to trade those away pretty easy too. Yeah, I agree. I think Knight's where it's at. That's what I'm going to focus on. I'm going to build Crime Knots' Drive, just because it seems like that's a really good build. But I think Knight eventually will start coming out ahead. Just because, like I said, that one game where I built card control. Oh, that's cool. Mag. Needed an Uber of him, but I do have cool art. They're teasing me. I wanted the secret with him on it, but they gave me his unit version. He's pretty awesome too. So 7/7/3 counter. They use Blazing Retribution. When this enters play, choose one or more enemy units, deal damage equal to the number of cards in your damage zone, divided as you choose among them. So this guy has 2 deck restrictions on him: counter and legend. So again, those that don't know, deck building rules are based off of your leader, which currently all of the 3 leaders in the set are 50 cards, 2 legendaries, 1 each. So you can't have 2 of the same, and 16 counters. And I think people are starting to find out counter is the bigger restriction, since you can only have 16 of them, and a lot of good cards are countered. Okay, cool. So apparently you are following the Japanese stuff like I'm attempting not to. Another exosuit. This guy's good too, man. For just a 4-star 7/2/2 overdrive. So again, talking about support for drive decks. Add the top 2 cards of your deck underneath this as charges, and then charge, shield, and breakthrough. Just so good. Breakthrough with attack of 7. He's only got 2 HP, but with a double charge shield, he sticks around for a little while. They gotta really waste some attacks to get rid of this guy. He's good. And yes, drive decks are definitely luck based. I just saw that. Sorry. And even some of the earlier reviews of the game from the Japanese release before the English was fully translated, I've heard, it didn't see. Oh, Philip, thanks for the like. I appreciate it. I looked out and looked up and saw my notification pop up. They flat out said, drive's easier to play, but it definitely gets hit by RNG. Oh no, don't worry about it. Yeah, I've been reading quite a bit too. Messing up my stack. Exo Armor Fusion, I think that's pretty cool too. So this guy, I believe he's the one that the tank can bring out. The tank and the robot, they fuse together, make this guy. And he has charge, shield, and double attack. So if you get card, they combine together. The two of them go underneath him. So now he's a 5/4/1 with a double charge shield under him, which for those that don't know. Yeah, Eric, thanks, man. I appreciate it. By the way, if anybody is interested in miniature skirmish games, I'm going to give him a shout out. So Eric runs Indie Invasion. So if you're into tabletop skirmish games and they hit on RPG games quite a bit too, check out Indie Invasion on Facebook. They are literally all over the place. Fun podcasts to watch. They usually stream on Mondays and Wednesdays evenings. Again, miniature skirmish games, RPG games. Check them out. They're a lot of fun. But yeah, he's fun. So I definitely want to try the big stompy robot time archetype too. Speaking of support for drive decks, Foil Fear. Yeah, no problem, Eric. Get that phone charged up. Oh, you're not going to miss much, Eric. 2 more packs. Must be a leader. 3 foils. Yep. So, female apprentice and 2 3s and a 2. So I wonder if that is always the case. I wonder if ruler means 2 3-star foils and a 2-star foil, because I think I'd have to rewatch, which I honestly will probably not do. But I do believe it. Yep, leader 3 3 2. So every time you get a ruler, it must be a 3 3 2, which I'm good with getting foils of fear. That'll be a pretty used card. Cool. So second box. Got the triple legendaries there. Ubers, Captain Liberty, along with the standard Captain Liberty. Move this out of the chat. Oh, yeah. But you know what? So everybody I've talked to about the drive decks and the draw decks, like the fact that these are what determine how you build your deck and how you play is so awesome. Right. And I like the fact, so I don't know if you guys noticed, if you look on the rule sheet that comes with the trial deck, I think, is this the one that has the rulers on it? Yeah. So the 2 rulers from the demo deck have set rotation built into them under deck construction rules. And since that is the part of the card that lives online, I wonder if they will ever implement that, right? So say they're getting ready to release cards that are just completely broken with an older ruler. They could go update the web page for that ruler and change the deck construction rules only for it. So the card itself is still very relevant. But you've added set rotation to that ruler only, so they can't use that set. And so what I'm talking about here is your deck may only contain cards which have a collector number that starts with either MD or 2020. They could easily add that to any of the current rulers. Or if they wanted to come out with a ruler that would be broken with cards from this set, say set 3, I haven't seen anything from set 3. Say they want to put a ruler in set 3 that would be completely broken with cards from set 1, they could just simply add that same restriction, right? So only collector numbers of set 2 and 3. Yeah, the rulers, that's what really got me into the game when I started looking into it. The fact that, to my knowledge, and please correct me if I'm wrong on this one, really the only collectible asynchronous game so far has been Netrunner, and that was asynchronous, but it was always the hacker against the corp, right? So it was asynchronous, but it was forced to be asynchronous. Here it could be exactly the same, right? So we could both be playing Apprentice. But it opens up so much design potential for them. It's awesome to me. I really hope this game does not flop. Like you said, I'm pretty hyped about it. Okay, so robots need to be played with Wonderverse. Okay, I'll have to check that out. I think the artwork on Wonderverse is awesome. So anyway, box 2, double Captain Liberties, Mag, and an Uber Zap. Pretty satisfied with those. Again, this will be trade bait for one of the Uber legendaries I don't have, which is Mag. I'll have to go back and post it in the Facebook group. And then another Wendy, or Alice, I mean, sorry, another Alice, another full art. My brain's going nuts again. Shinori, another full art Abyssal, and another 1000 Year. Pretty decent box if I didn't already have most of this. Again, I was hunting for the secret. I think I will turn to online and just pick him up. If anybody has one they're willing to sell and or trade, I will trade pretty well in your favor because these are all extras now, and I've got another stack around here. So now my extra legendaries, one of each Lord. 3 Captain Liberties now. Maybe I didn't have the Uber. I'll have to look. Wonder if he's the one I needed. So I've got quite a few extra Ubers going right now. That's an extra Uber legendary. There's another Captain. That's an extra. Yeah, I've got. So out of 7 boxes, these are all extra legendaries I've got. Thanks. Yeah, I wish I pulled the secret, but it's only going for like $65 right now, I think, if you can find one. So that's not horrible. So guys, everybody, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Let me know what you liked, didn't like. Do you like the chat being on the screen? Do you like me being down in the corner? Did you like the intro? Do you like the little outro that I'm going to put up? Give me some tips. This is my 3rd unboxing. The first one I don't really count because I didn't have my setup all set up yet. And only probably 5th or 6th stream. So I do appreciate feedback. And with that, thanks for watching. Have a good one.